Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol RXMD. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. Think is a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Now, before I go any further, I need to note that, this is a pretty tricky chart now to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 30 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, I get it. Today, the price pulled back quite a bit. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different outlook and strategy going into the trade. So from the big picture perspective, actually, before I get to that, let me just get rid of that line for now. But from the big picture perspective, it's all about this pink line right there, which is the very famous 200 period simple moving average. Even if you have a very basic understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of the 200 period, and you know that when the price is above it, you want to see the price stay above it. And you fast forward to today and the late day action, and so far so good. On 2 separate occasions, the bears try to press down through there, but on both times, the bulls did a good job of holding up above that level. And that's definitely the preferable area that you want to see the price hold up above, going into the future. But let's just say, and I'm not saying this will happen, but just to kind of illustrate the point, let's say the price actually comes down here, breaks down below it, and, 17 cents. And that's just a random level before starting to work its way back upwards. What would you have from the big picture perspective? Emphasis on big picture. Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have a previous set of lows down around this area of the chart. You can see some history right there. If you picture each of these as big picture stair steps, well, what would you have? Well, from the big picture, you'd still very clearly have stair steps heading within the upwards direction. Again, I fully realize that if you're a day trader and you bought up there, then yeah, you couldn't care less about these levels. But that's why I try to offer up the warning that I would be talking about things from a big picture point of view. So yeah, the price pulled back today, but stop and think about that word, today. That's 1 day. Looking at multiple days as we're doing here, the bulls still have that opportunity to build a higher base. So we'll see if the bulls can continue to build upon this overall uptrend or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.